My name is Jill Gidlund, and I'm a godly play storyteller and trainer based in the San Francisco Bay Area. When I remember that God is my mother, I remember that she holds the whole world in her hands. I remember that wanting my ways to be her ways means going deeper into my own ways of knowing and my intuition. When I remember that God is my mother, I climb into her lap. I blame her for the hurt of the world. I cry. I tell her about my hurt, and she smooths back my hair from my forehead, the way my grandmother would when I had a headache. When I remember that God is my mother, I know she cares for that sparrow, for real, like my mother cares for the birds and squirrels in her yard. She feeds them. She notices who's there each day. She watches and cares. When I remember that God is my mother, I think of Mary, singing for a God who lifts up the lowly, fills the hungry with good things. A God who keeps promises and shows a power completely unlike the powers of the world. The divine feminine is an ancient and widespread understanding of God, but in this moment, it feels revolutionary. Remembering it and living in the care of my mother God, it honors parts of my own self that have been ignored or scorned. It deepens and complicates my view. It makes me wonder. For me, naming God as feminine was an invitation to come close again, after feeling so angry and hurt by white male God and those that revere him. I found new words and new flashes of images. Somehow, God surrounded me in a new way. This maternal God doesn't operate within the boxes and ladders of colonization and patriarchy. She is connecting us. She is weaving and growing and gathering in. I don't call God my mother because I want to see a God figure that's like me and comfort myself with having a new position within the hierarchy. I don't want that hierarchy. I call God my mother because I need the mothering of a powerful all-mother. To borrow the godly play language from the creation story, like the gift of light from which all light comes from, I need the mother from which all mothering comes from. Mothering that is sacrificial and full of concern. Mothering that is tough and takes chances. Mothering that is soft like the feathers of her wings, and mothering that is like a strong tower to which we can run into and be safe. Mothering that has held the world and all people throughout time. I follow my impressions of the divine feminine because they give me life. Imagining God this way feels free and leads me on toward more and more images of God. It's not like solving a puzzle, that one day we'll find that final piece that gives us the full image of God. We just follow these paths that are made by imagining and co-creating with God more ways of knowing God. These paths, they sparkle and they turn and they keep going, and somehow I feel more brave and more curious to follow these paths when my mother leads me. When I remember that God is my mother.